After going through the entire antique store, I came across a very large set of postcards and was very, very pleased. I bought about 120 cards, anywhere from $1 to $5 at the most per card. And, you know, $4 and $5 is kind of the max of what I'll pay for stuff that I find out in the wild, unless it's a very, very special card. I'm going to show you a few of these. I bought these, you know, with the intention of reselling. I buy and sell things. I'm not a collector per se, although I do have a few very special cards that I've held on to. This I found interesting. I don't know if this is a common card or not, if there are a lot of them, but I just thought it was interesting, and here's why. So it's kind of like, it is a postcard. It says our 25 presidents. So that's the only number of presidents that had been president by the time this card was made. But on the back, instead of it being set up to be actually mailed, it's almost like an ad card. This is our president postal card. It's the biggest seller. Everybody buys them. School children are crazy for them. You can pay $7.50 for 1,000 of them. It's a novelty card. I found that was really interesting. You don't see that, or I don't see that a whole lot. This is a card I may give to a friend who is from New Zealand, and it's reception of the American fleet in Auckland, which is in the North Island. It's like the largest city in the country. August 9th, 1908. So you're looking at this sort of representation of a parade. Here, I found that pretty cool. Only $1 and it wasn't posted, so I thought that was neat. And then I grabbed these two, not because they have a ton of, they're not, you know, super special, but they are the same type of card. They say, hearty congratulations at the top. This is what you would send to somebody who, you know, discovered that they were going to have a child. And it incorporates the stork, the idea of a stork bringing a baby. Really kind of cool cards. Not expensive, $2 a card, so $4 for both of those. That'll be a fun thing to sell. And then I've divided these two sections up. They're all real photo postcards, okay? Well, the exception of maybe one or two in here. All of these cards have to do with locations. They're street views, bird's eye views, and just photographs of like buildings and things, which we'll get into. And then this one is all focused on either people or animals. So let's start over here with some of these. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I will show you a handful, and I'll talk about why I got them. This card is really cool. It says Gold Hill, Nevada, 1875. This is what they would consider a bird's eye view. It's up high looking down on essentially a mining town, which I'll have to do some research. I don't know if this still exists. If it does, it certainly doesn't look like this anymore. But black and white, really cool. Had clearly been glued into like a photo album and then since removed. Here is just a building in kind of a waterway area in Chetek, Wisconsin. And we're looking at, not exactly sure what the date is on that. I'll have to look more closely, but that was an interesting card. Here's one that's clearly like some sort of a natural disaster. We've got high water running in here, flooding in like a field. No information on it as far as where it's at. This one says Bridge at Devil's Gate. This is a Union Pacific, so this is like a railway or a train-oriented postcard. Virginia City, Nevada, gold and silver production. So this is another card that's got a lot of information on it regarding kind of what was happening in the town, things that happened, and you've got the picture of a building here. This was sort of another one of these that would have been sold as like a, you know, this is a newer one because of that glossy finish on the front. This is made more mass-produced, made as sort of like a, for tourists, things to buy. Here's another one, probably that same scene of like a flooded field. Again, no information, so we don't know. But I'm getting these cards for $1, $2, and $3 a piece. And these are, you know, at least $10, maybe $14, up to $20 cards. Here's one with some information. Diamond Lake, some sort of road. And I can't quite see what it says the state is there, but that's a neat little card. And so all of these, this was also interesting, Walk to the Cemetery in Toledo, Oregon. So they've got something set up over kind of maybe a marshland or something. Again, this one's really rough as far as like, look at how it's all bowed, and it's been, again, glued in, but then subsequently torn out of a photo album. Another sort of a street view from up high, Wenatchee Avenue here. WN, so there's the Rialto Hotel. This is really a neat little card here. Washington. Back whenever it was WN, not WA, because I feel like WA is Washington now. But here's another entrance to the Wind Cave. Look at these old vehicles in the background there. That's pretty cool. And then various pictures. Here's some encampments here by these giant redwood trees in California. Really neat. Desolation Valley and Lake Tahoe. Tahoe region stuff also can sell really, really well. I like this one a lot. Bird's eye view of Myrtle Point, Oregon. And look at this town. You're seeing just like smoke coming from people's homes that they're burning, you know, having a fireplace or whatever else. And this just like little sleepy region down here nestled in the little hills. Really cool. Missoula River during high water. So this is another one of those, not exactly a natural disaster maybe, but the water's high. It says carpenter shop there on the edge. This also had been torn out of a scrapbook, 1909. Here we have one that's the USS New Mexico. So these are the battleship and the guns that have been shot. There's several more in this stack that are really cool. Vancouver street view. Here's some along the coast of California. Others, Laverne, Minnesota, another street view. All of these have some pretty good value. People collect ones from these regions. They collect these unique scenes of towns because they don't look like that anymore. They've clearly been, built up more, and they look more modern. So it's cool to see what the area looked like originally. And then just a handful of these. Here's one of a guy holding a little bear cub, and another guy with a rifle, and it says our two teddy bear. So maybe they have two little bear cubs. And I love this picture. It's not real dark, but it's just some men near a hunting cabin with their guns. You can see the river in the background and the hills directly behind them. It's just such an old school, really cool looking. It says an evening at the cabin, hills and the river in the background. So it's like a little hunting excursion. These guys just kind of hanging out, doing what they do. This is interesting. I don't know if this is some sort of animal that they hunted and killed. I can't quite tell. Maybe it's I don't know if that's a buffalo or a bull. I can't quite tell, but they put like a saddle on it. It looks like it's dead, or at least laying there. And the back is very cryptic. Ready for some fun. Maud was about ready for some fun. I don't know what that means or what kind of fun they were going to have, but Crow Camp Picnic, 1915. I don't know if crow is a reference to the bird or if it's a reference to a Native American tribe or what. But you've got a bunch of, Caucasian women and children here, a little camp situation. Seaside, Oregon. And you've got, see all, the beach here and the water out there, and then just all these people who have gathered with flags and things. I don't know why they're here or what is taking place, but some sort of an event. It's really cool. Here's the donkey with a hat on. It looks like a person. It's set up to look like a person, like with pants on the front legs. And the jackass, which is the friend of the Great American Desert. Some old humor there. This is a cool one with the family in front of a house. The little girl is holding either an animal or a doll, I can't quite tell, and a man with his bike, his cool little barber quartet type of a flat hat on there, and his bicycle. Love this. This is a family with some sort of food. I don't know if these are nuts or exactly what it is that they're selling here. I need to get a loop out and look closely. Look at those glasses that woman has on. Really cool. It says, this is our, what is it, something, I can't quite read that word. something shed, and you know the rest. Martha. Here is a man on a battleship with a bunch of naval people of 1921, and he is trying to walk without, he's balancing, trying to walk on the edge here, and he's being sprayed with water to see if he can manage to walk across that without falling off. $1.50. Those kind of cards for that price are really, really good. City Park, Mason City, Iowa, and you got some Victorian era, outfits on with these women in the background. Here's a gentleman with a beer that says, "How dry I am in Denver," with he's got his arm around a gigantic beer. It's like a photo in a studio. It's interesting. Here's the greatest educated horse in the world here, Dode Fisk. Here are some people drying raisin grapes in California. Here's somebody on the edge about to jump in the water. And it says, "This is a common scene here." Someone jumping in the water. Another postcard of men and women from that era, 19-teens, I would say, in their swimming outfits, swimming suits. Here's a family here in a little car, just stopped on the side of the road taking a picture. Here are some gentlemen up on a bridge that's being, looks like it's being constructed or deconstructed. Planters Hotel. Don't know where that is, but you got these two little kids, and you got this person behind the screen door there watching them, knowing that the picture's being taken. Here's somebody, lassoing a steer or something, looks like. It's been taken out as well. Here's a cool scene. They're like logging. You can see the logs in the background. But they're in the snow, and they're doing something. I'm not exactly sure what's happening here, but they've got some sort of really cool piece of equipment here with what would appear to be almost like ski-type things in the front. I don't know what that is. It's burning coal, though. Here's kind of a studio card. Again, it looks a lot like cabinet cards, but you'll notice she's holding this little porcelain doll with a little fabric hat on. It's cute. A handful more here. A parade here. You got someone in a vehicle with an American flag in the background, and then someone with a horse and carrying what looks to be a cannon on the back there. And I don't know what it is that's going on with their face. I don't know if they have a mask on or what's going on, but maybe, yeah. It looks like he's got a fake mask on and a fake beard. So I don't know if this is set up to be like a reenactment or something, or a parade that has to do with a battle. But here is a really interesting one with a man and a bunch of, on a sled with a bunch of dogs. And so my assumption is this is from Alaska or something like that, maybe Canada. Some men and women on the beach with a little setup there, and they've dug out a little pit. And the ladies are kind of sitting on the sand berm there. Here's a gentleman again standing by a big cannon in the snow. Don't know where that is. Ocean Beach, and you've got kind of a bird's eye view, a bunch of people on the beach there. That's pretty cool. Doesn't say what it is. Another gentleman with a bicycle, really cool. Just arrived. Springfield. Springfield where, I wonder? Illinois, maybe? This says Fool Dance by Sioux Indians. And so this is like, I don't know, you've got a dead animal in the middle there, and then you got a bunch of people with interesting outfits on. Some people in the background on horses. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but hello, Maud. How are we getting along? I have to read that and see if it says anything about the card. Another one with a bicycle, a girl standing there with a bicycle, really cool. I like these ones with automobiles and, you know, former modes of transportation. Bunch of little puppies. This will sell. Dinner Time, 1922. They're all eating out of the same little bowl there. Pretty cool. I think it said 1925 was the postmark on the back. Here is someone in Pasadena, California. They had ostrich farms there, and they would give people rides. Sometimes I've seen ones with people sitting on the ostrich, and in this case, riding on a little buggy behind being pulled by the ostrich. This doesn't say what it is, but I know because I've come across postcards like this before. This is one of those ceremonies which the Navy conducted whenever people would pass the equator or the prime meridian and come back. They would call them halfbacks or that sort of thing. There was this interesting thing where they dressed up and they had this ceremony to induct people. It's funny to me that this has, you know, like clover and stuff, and it says Keen Cutter, which was a brand of like scissors and some other things. So I don't know why they put that. Right over here it says Father Joe. Everyone had different names, and they're all dressed up. They've got paint on their faces or masks. They've got interesting outfits on. But this is from 1921, likely on some sort of American battleship or naval ship. This was cool just because it's, you know, it's a family in a little carriage car in the back there, and a gentleman up front who is going to you know, kind of maneuver the horses and get everything going. Thought that was kind of cool. It's written in German, 1938. Here we have, I thought this made me think of just like the Andy Griffith Show. It's just like, you know, some water, it's old school, and you got this little kid, this little boy here in the bottom, and he's, you know, maybe he's going to go fishing, maybe he's going to throw some rocks, who knows. He's just standing out there, kind of posing for that photo. And then the last one here in this stack is this woman holding up two very large strings of fish. So I don't know if these are all ones that she just caught or what. She's got a dress and she's holding her purse. I guess proud of it. Not exactly sure. But looks like we're looking at March 12th. So it says the time, 19, maybe 18? Possibly. But a cool stack. These are all probably, like I said, at least $10 cards. In some cases, $15 to $20 cards. So spending, I would say, an average of $2 to $3 a piece, I'm going to come out pretty well in that. Well, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to swing on over to the What's Sold channel and Rusty the Reseller, where we talk a lot more about reselling things, many more things than just postcards.